everyone! Welcome to the Art of Living with Triana. I'm so happy you're here. So today's video is a little festive and a little fabulous and a lot of fun. I'm getting ready for a heels class for a Christmas theme and I'm taking you with me. We're doing makeup, hair, all the holiday glam vibes, so grab a coffee, get cozy, and let's get ready together. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is spray on some tea tree water. I feel like this kind of helps with inflammation. I like to put a lot on. That actually works better when I'm sitting up straight and not laying down in bed doing that. And then, because I haven't done my eyebrows in a while, I was going to try and give them a little bit of a shape. This is something that I don't normally do myself, and I actually just, like the last couple of years, started to go get my eyebrows done, but actually we'll do this side first, because this side, if you can tell, has less hair there than this side, so I'd like to make sure this one is shaped right and I'm not taking off too much hair and I have the angle right, and then I'll do this one. And I'm not going to take off too much hair because I'm going to save that for the professionals, so I don't want to muck this up. I'm just kind of cleaning it up. Alright, I'll probably leave it at that. If I take off any more, I will probably royally mess up the shape. The shape's not even great right now, but it's cleaned up. There's always one side that's easier to do, and this would be the left side for me. Alright, for fear of messing it up, I'm going to leave it right there. Okay. So then next thing I want to do is I like to use this Clinique All About Eyes. It feels pretty light, which is what I like about it. I used to use a lot heavier creams on my face, but I switched to Clinique and I don't really have much to compare it to. I just like the way it feels and I like the way it smells, so we're going with that. I like to put it on top of my eye too. Okay. And then I also have Clinique for all over face, so Moisture Surge 100H, don't know what that means, but it feels good. And I just do like 3 little boop, boop, boop. That's how I measure it. Spread it out. And I feel like this stuff goes a pretty long ways. Like a little product goes a long ways. Doing that. And then I will get a little bit more for my neck, because I do like to moisturize that too. And I am by no means a makeup expert. I don't do it every day. I am a dancer and I do it for dance. And so I'm also a perfectionist. So sometimes it just stresses me out to do makeup, especially when I don't have a lot of practice doing it. But here I am doing it. And so there's a lot of people that will do all their makeup and then eyeshadow, but I will royally screw that up if I do that. So, and I don't want to have to figure out how to clean it up and conceal and all that. So I do the eyes first in case there's any mess up, and then I'll do the rest of the face. So I'm going to do eyes next, and it's pretty simple, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal anyways. So I use the Mary Kay eye primer just to make sure that what I put on, there's not going to be any wrinkles. But I do use usually loose powder like Bare Minerals, and I don't really ever have issues with it wrinkling, but I do it anyways, just in case. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that all over the eye. Rub that in. Okay. And then because I'm doing a simple eye, let's see, I will use, this is Bare Minerals. I have rubbed off the name of it. Oh, I can barely see it. It's Queen Phyllis. Probably can't read that, but it has been rubbed off. But this is called Queen Phyllis, and I like to put this one all over the eye and just like, it's an easy base to just like get shimmer all over the eye, give you some color, a little bit of sparkle, a little something something. And I don't have something to clean off my brushes in between, so I'm just using a rag. I literally go all the way up to the brow line. Like I like to just have a little bit of sparkle, and then I don't usually do like any highlighter. This is the highlighter for my eyes. I like to really press it in there, make sure I get it all the way up in there. And a lot of sparkle today, especially because it's a Christmas themed class. And I won't go down too far, because what I've noticed is whenever I put this all over the eye and then I try to put other colors on, they're not as intense. So I'm just going to try and keep it up at the top part and just press it in, because if I don't press it in and I start doing this, like I just get makeup everywhere and then I have to clean it up anyways. So, okay, other eye, dabbing it in to really just make sure that the product just like gets packed in there. I also have hooded eyes, so I have not really learned how to do intricate makeup on hooded eyes. I feel like probably bringing up my brows, like taking away more brow and giving more space up there would help, but I don't do that. So simple eyeshadow makeup, that's my go-to. Okay. Now I have to decide what color I want to use next, because I honestly don't know. Let's see. And I'm also going to film probably a couple of like little dance tutorials. So I probably won't go too crazy on making it look just super holiday makeup. So that way I can do those tutorials and it's not just something that's for Christmas theme. So I'm trying to keep it basic for that reason as well. Let's see. So this is my first, I feel like, fancy, people probably don't think this is fancy, but fancy makeup palette that I've gotten, that has, and it actually is Tease the Season. I got this last year. She'll probably be like in the realm of kind of fall, wintry, Christmas colors, but nothing too crazy because I want the lip to be bold. I don't want to do too much on the eyes. And I feel like can never tell from these like how they're going to actually look on my skin. Like it might not look vibrant here, but then I put it on and it's like super vibrant. So I usually just come in here and I like test it. I'm like, okay, is that like super dark or not? So yeah, let's see. I might do like a warm kind of like smoky, so I might try that one. Oh, you can't even see it very well on there. Too dark. Maybe that's called BYOB, but that's like a little bit of a cooler tone. So maybe not. And I do like these kind of where they have a little bit of like a pinkish hue in them. So maybe that one. I might, because that's a warmer one, so I might use that as my darkest color, which is this guy. This guy probably isn't going to be too much color, and I don't want to have like really pink on top and then like also a red lip. So I'll probably try that one as the darkest color, which is Undisclosed is what that's called. But I'll probably start with the Privacy Please to put over most of the eye. And see, I already forgot to clean this off in between, so doing that now. Getting some more of that. Hoping this will go well. Just really gonna pack it in. I think that it's light enough that it'll work. Not too overwhelmingly looking like a Christmas color. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm just keeping it like right on the lid. I'm not even like worrying about where my crease is or anything like that, of like making sure that I have it in the crease area and I'm not like going over. I may change my mind on that. We'll see. Okay, other eye. Yeah, so I might end up taking it up a little bit further, since with hooded eyes, like it's like you can barely see it. It's just a little bit peeking out. And this is me winging it because I don't really have time right now to look up a video, but a lot of times I will look up a video and I will just copy exactly what they do. And I, like, a couple years ago when I did a New Year's look, that's what I did, and I wanted to have like glitter eyes, and I literally sat there in the mirror and like played the video, saw what they did, paused it, did it, and it turned out really good actually. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a perfectionist. Even though I don't do this a lot, like I will sit there just that one time out of the year and like really go hard and try to make sure it's perfect. Almost feel like that one went on darker, maybe not. Okay, and then what I said Undisclosed. I will go in with that color. Probably just on the corner maybe a little bit. See how that looks? I don't know how it's gonna look. Don't panic. Really being careful here because I feel like this is the part that I always mess up. I should actually probably get the like tape. I feel like that way I could like do it ahead of time, tape it and make sure it's perfect and symmetric, and then I can go in and do this. That would be great. So I'm probably gonna end up doing that. But right now I'm just kind of making it a little bit smoky, giving it a little bit of dimension. And I don't even know if I want to do eyeliner. I should, to give it a little bit of definition, but I'm not a fan of eyeliner. It stresses me out. It is the most stressful thing of doing this, trying to figure out eyeliner and not get it all over the place. And I started using more of like a liquid, like those permanent marker ones, and I feel like it works the best in terms of like application, getting it on, but I've also noticed that it starts to like leak into the creases in my eye. Really irritating. A little bit more. And then I will take, I think this is my blending brush, I think. Try to blend that out a little bit. Not too crazy because I feel like I will end up taking all of it off. So just like a little bit of dimension there. Again, nothing too crazy. Now what I probably will do is probably do like a brighter color in the corner just to give it a little more zhuzh. I think I want want to do the silver. I think I do want to do the silver. Even though the top is beige or gold tones, just go with this small brush so it's not too crazy. I don't get it everywhere, just in the corner where I need it. And I'm not even going to do the under eye. Nope. I am just brightening up the corner a little bit. If I did do the under eye, I would probably do a lighter color than what I just did. Okay, so just brighten it up a little bit. And I might actually go under the eye a little bit, just on the lash line. Yeah, just give it a little bit more dimension there. So I'm just using the same color that I used here underneath. Oh, that's weird. I feel like my AC just kicked on. I didn't think it was working. Okay, just took that all the way in. All right, I'm gonna call that probably good for the eye makeup look. All right, next up, what is next up? I'm honestly probably not, let's see what time it is. How much time do I have? Alexa, what time is it?
It's 2:09 p.m.
Yeah, probably I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. Okay, so next, what is it? Oh, I'm gonna put on, actually, before I forget, see, I sometimes forget the order. So I use this Smashbox one. I feel like that one has been like felt the nicest on my skin, and I feel like works the best that I've tried so far. So the original Photo Finish by Smashbox. There was one that I had tried that I really liked. Like, I liked the feel of it, but then when I looked at it and like I put makeup over it, it didn't work. So going with this. I don't really ever know how much to put, but I guess I'm not too worried about it because I don't wear makeup often enough that if I put a little bit too much, or if I use a little bit too much, I feel like I'll still be okay. Spread it out first, and then I just use that for under the eye as well. And I'll probably put a little bit on my neck too, because I will bring the foundation down there, but I won't do anything too crazy on my neck. Okay, so next I will use Bare Minerals, which is medium beige is what I use, and it's a loose powder. It actually says it has SPF 15 in it, but I will use this next just to touch up some of the redder spots. So just right here, touch that up, a little bit here, down there, that little spot, just get some of the redness out. I usually like to come in here as well, get some of that redness out. And what else? Probably just this little spot. Probably do it a little bit more down here because those ones are pretty red. As you can see, my neck is a lot lighter than my face. Not that it's too much of a difference right now. Okay, so then the next thing that I use is, I was so excited about this. I don't know why. I think I just like the shape of this and like the cute little handle, and then the fact that you don't need a lot at all. Like, you can use very minimal. So this is the Rare Beauty, and what color is this? Happy Blush. So and what I've been doing, because I like to use a lot of this, I really like the Sabrina Carpenter look with the like blush all the way up here. Like, I don't know, I've been really vibing with that look. I am so here for it. I probably used to hate blush when I was a kid because of dance team, and like you just had to put so much makeup on, but I am glad that this trend is here because I really like that. Like, it just gives, like, I feel like a youthful kind of look, and that's gonna really fit for today because I have a very fun cutesy little heels piece for Christmas, so it definitely fits with the theme. All right, so I'm gonna do one side at a time because I've done this before where I did 2 sides at a time, and I don't want it to dry in place, so I'll do the one side first. And I literally go kind of here, and then up a little bit, and then I just use my fingers because whatever. And I just really fill that in, really up into there. I literally take it all the way to the hair. It's fine. This is also why I do the underpainting, because then, even though this might look crazy right now, when I put on the makeup over it, the foundation over it, it tones it down a little bit. So that's basically what I do. Again, not a makeup expert here, just having fun with it, trying some new things out. To the other side, try to kind of get in the right placement. And the thing is like, I am a perfectionist, so it does bother me if I don't have it quite right, if I don't have, as much on one side as the other. But we're working on getting over that because it's just makeup, and I can always adjust. Going up a little bit higher over here. Okay, so I feel like might be pretty good. Let me add a little bit more, especially because I'm going to be putting the foundation over it. And so I think this is the only liquid that I use right now in this routine. So the liquid goes on first. I learned that liquid goes on first and then dry. So I did, touch up a little bit, a couple little spots first that aren't really going to be affected by putting on the blush, putting on the liquid. All right, so next, I think that's it. So next up is getting the rest of the face. So I'm going right back in with the Bare Minerals medium beige. It's what I use for the concealer and it's what I'm using for the foundation. So, and I will put a lot of this on. So I really like to layer it up. I think it's kind of a light-ish coverage, so I like to layer it up, really getting it in there. Not that this part matters too much, so I have bangs that'll be covering it. It's really interesting to see it like so light on camera, but it definitely shows more. And I think it's probably just the lighting right now, because when I take pictures and stuff like that, like it still comes out fine. So I think it's just probably the lighting that I have on right now. But I do like Bare Minerals and the loose powder because, and this is what I've been doing since high school. I've been using this same color, same formula from Bare Minerals since high school. I just like it because it's just so easy, and I was wondering why it was like stayed on so well, and I didn't realize, the whole thing about setting powder at the time, and didn't really learn about setting powder until recently. By recently, I mean like as an adult, like several years ago, but I didn't realize it's because it stays on so much because Bare Minerals kind of acts like a setting powder. So that's why I have to make extra sure that whatever I'm putting this over is like done, ready, good to go. So I'm not setting something that I don't like. Make sure it looks good. This is the first. I'm almost out of this. But as you can see, like I'm really just going in, layering it up. There we go. Got some more on there. And I go down to the neck because in high school, there were at least one girl that would do all this, like beat to the gods here. And then it was just a line and nothing down here. And I think I have a fear of that. Not that I've ever gone and done that much makeup, but I have a fear of that. So I'm like, we are blending. The face is going to match the neck. That's what's going to happen here. Oh, this is messy. So even those spots that I got, they still look kind of red. So I'm probably going to try and touch them up again. Okay, coming back in and just trying to get some of that redness out. I think that helped a little bit. Okay, might get that little guy too down there. Very red. Tone it down a little bit. Okay. All right. What's next? Might do a little bit more right here. That's kind of red. And then the other thing that I do, that I've been doing lately, is my eyes are just so sensitive right here. Like the skin is so sensitive and like wrinkles so easily. And I have all these lines and it's kind of puffy. And so I haven't figured it out yet, but I've tried following tutorials of how to set it properly to get rid of some of the wrinkles, but it just doesn't work for me. Anytime I put anything in here, it's just like the wrinkles I feel like are just so apparent, and it just, I don't know. I don't like the way it looks, so I just go in with a bigger brush, so I'm not really like trying to dig a whole bunch of makeup in there. So you can see I kind of put some in there to try to match up the color a little bit, so it's not so many different colors going on there and a mismatch. But I really don't like to put a lot of makeup in there because I have yet to find a method to hide some of those wrinkles. So just do a little bit there. I might come in and touch up a little bit in the corner. Just touch up a little bit right there. But not getting into like where all these wrinkles are because, it's just going to really exaggerate them. And I did see someone, I can't remember who it was, post a tutorial talking about that for basically people that have more wrinkles under their eyes, and usually for an older crowd that is going to have more wrinkles, to actually not put product there as much as you can. Like put as minimal product as you can, like try to keep it to here and not going all the way up into there because it will exaggerate the wrinkles. So it's not just me. Okay, next up is, and this is not the best brush for this, but this is the one I use. I probably should be using something more similar to this, but I was keeping this light for any type of highlighters and things like that. So this is a brush that I use. It's a big flat brush because that's what I have for any type of like contour. So it's again Bare Minerals, and it's just called Warmth. So that's what I use. I put usually pretty little on here, so it doesn't get too crazy. I feel like I'm almost out of this too. And then I don't know if y'all watch any of like the Bare Minerals. It's probably QVC or something like that, where they talk about how to apply it, and they say you make an E. So you make an E on your face, and that's how you apply it. And that's how I've been applying it ever since. So one of these days I do want to work on makeup more and, you know, learning what I like and what works and all of that. But for now, stick with what you know. It's faster. So like the only change that I have done really to my routine that I've literally done since probably high school is this blush here. That's it. Other than that, I'm using the same products. Well, I guess, oh, I also added this. So, but other than that, pretty much the same products. Same routine. Okay, so that's the look. I feel like it looks pretty good. I feel like it looks kind of smoothing. I don't know. All right. So next up is lipstick. And another thing that I have learned with the lips is that I don't think this happened when I was younger, but definitely now, if I have if it's like a very liquidy type of lipstick especially, and I don't line my lips, it goes up into the wrinkles and the lines, and I just never thought that would happen to me, and then it did. So I will be using a lip liner to make sure that does not happen. I want to go with a pretty red color, so I'm seeing what I have here. I'll actually probably go with this MAC, and it is Ruby Woo. If I put my face close enough, will it focus? I don't know. Because I feel like it's one of the easier ones to put on, and it's a matte. Like, I don't know, it just is easy for me to put on, and I like things that are easy to put on. In liquids, I feel like if you have a shaky hand or a bump or a sneeze and it just goes everywhere, don't like that. So we will line the lips first. I'm gonna start, let's see, on the top. I don't know what it is about some people that just like to skip over the fact that they have that little double hump there for their lips, but I don't know. I don't like to have just straight, just a, what is it, straight curve, not straight curve, that sounds so silly, a like smooth curve, because it feels like I'm just getting rid of part of my lips and what they look like. So I like to keep that in there. See, I'm already looking at it because I got something off and it doesn't look even, so I'm going to try to fix that a little bit. Okay, I think that lining looks pretty good, even enough for me. And coming in with the super red. Love this red. I love this red. It's like, I just wanted a very like, boom, this is red, bright, boom, here we are. I like that red. I actually don't know how other people put their lipstick on, but I like really look crazy trying to make my lips really wide, and like there's no wrinkles, so it's a perfectly smooth line. I've already lined it out, so I know where it needs to go. But yeah, I like to be super perfect about it. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then next, which I'm not done yet, is mascara. So this is pretty much the mascara that I've used since I was a kid. So CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. But I think this one's dry. That might be okay. But I did switch. I wanted to try this one out. So CoverGirl Peacock Flare. So this is one I have been using most recently. And like I said, I'm not doing eyeliner. I'm not in the mood. So this is what we're doing. So I usually like to get at the base and I kind of wiggle it to make sure the lashes get in between. And then I pull up, and a lot of times I'll actually rotate it this way, do that, and then as I'm pulling, I'll rotate it the other way. Like, that's good enough. Alright, so I actually probably will use this for the lower lashes. I don't really do heavy lower lashes, but I have noticed that I think this one doesn't stay on as well. So I will use this one for the lower lashes just to make sure that it doesn't come off. Then I have a dark shadow. I hate when that happens. So I'll just use this. And I just kind of brush it in a little bit just to kind of give them some color, like, hey, I'm here. And then to get rid of the clumps, I'll just come back in and I'll lightly grab it and pull out. There. And that's literally all I do for the lower lash, and that's it. And I usually try not to put too much on these eyes here because the anatomy of my eyelashes, for some reason, these eyelashes always like get stuck with the lower ones just on the side, and it drives me crazy. And I'm very sensitive to like changes, so I try not to put too much right there. So this is the full look. I don't think I missed anything. I hope not. But something nice and simple, but a little bit of makeup to make this class feel a little bit more special. So next up, I will be straightening my bangs and hoping that my hair, when I take it out, doesn't look too crazy. I also bleached and dyed my hair for the first time, so it is so much more stiff, and it like, because it's so much more dried out, it will take shape to something so much more easily. So I'm not a super huge fan of the way it does that, but it makes it easier for picking out like, well, I don't need to actually pin my hair back. I can just grab the front pieces. So the first thing that I have to do is I have to redirect my hair of where it needs to go, because it likes to, like at the root, if it keeps that shape at the root, it's still gonna be pushing out. So I like to come in here and I just grab thin bits at the root. That way I can make sure it comes forward and not parting ways. Then I like to come in here because I get a lot of frizzies. So just to tame the frizzies, I will come in here, grab it, and just straighten that out. And I would say that is good enough. Take the hair down, see how it's looking. And probably what I will do with my hair to be cutesy, I will probably, this takes me back to high school, trying to get the perfect flatness here. Maybe third time's the charm. I'm not gonna lie, that one little bit is annoying me. Don't feel like doing it again, so let me just see if a bobby pin will help me out here. Yep, good enough. Here's the final look. I'm ready for class. Thanks for watching. If you liked hanging out today, don't forget to hit subscribe and come back for more moments like this. See y'all soon.